Stick a pony in my pocket. I'll fetch the suitcase from the van. 'Cause if you want the best ones but you don't ask questions, then brother, I'm your man. But where it all comes from is a mystery. It's like the changing of the seasons and the tides of the sea. But he's the one who's driving me berserk. Why don't LVG and Woodward work? La 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 la. La 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 la. What's happening, mofos? It's Mr. Flying Pig HD here. Just a little video for you. I don't know if you realised, I hadn't realised, but it's the January transfer window right now because there's been no movement from Manchester United for anybody. So that's a bit of a shitter, isn't it? I just wanted to make a video about it because I think everybody knows that Manchester United really do need a centre-back. We've been crying out for a centre-back for a couple of years now. In the summer transfer window, we should have gone out there and got a centre-back. We ended up going out there and buying Anthony Martial because we also needed a striker. We put a lot of our eggs in one basket with Anthony Martial when we signed him. He's turned out to be a great freaking player for us, hasn't he? Can't fault Anthony Martial, but we still need a top-quality centre-back. Manchester United just does not possess the top quality centre-backs that we used to have. If you look at the defences of old for Manchester United, it was one of the strongest departments of our team. Back in the early 90s, Paul Parker, Gary Pallister, Steve Bruce, Dennis Owen, that is a strong back four. A bit later on, Rio Ferdinand, Nemanja Vidic, and then Patrice Evra and Gary Neville. You know, that is a ridiculously strong back four. And then you had players coming out, like Stan was here for a few seasons. Then you had Laurent Blanc here for a season. You know, random top quality players coming in and out. And you had players who were backing them up, the likes of Wes Brown, the likes of John O'Shea, and several other players that I can mention. You know, we've always had defenders. David May back in the day, you know. David May come in and play a few games. And, you know, those are the sorts of players that you need in order to have a strong squad. But right now, Manchester United are relying on those effectively squad players to be our actual defence. That's what I feel like, because I just feel like, you know, Smalling, Jones, Darmian, obviously Luke Shaw's not fit at the moment, so I'm not including him in this. And then you've got the likes of McNair and Rojo, and, you know, it's just not that strong compared to how it used to be for Manchester United. And that's just how it is, telling it how it is. Manchester United have a pretty weak defence compared to the defence that we've had of old. What do we really need to do? I mean, we've been crying out for a centre-back for years. Chris Smalling has been wonderful for Manchester United this season. It really has. Apart from a couple of ropey games recently, he has been, you know, probably one of our standout performers throughout the entire season. Him and David De Gea, I'd say, are our best two players this season. So all credit goes to Chris Smalling. But Chris Smalling is not that Jaap Stam type player, is he? He's not that Rio Ferdinand. He's not that Nemanja Vidic. He's more of a Wes Brown. He's more of a John O'Shea. He's more of that player who, you know, is a sort of utility centre-back to come in there and deputise for a top-quality centre-back, or to play alongside a top-quality centre-back, you know, like Wes Brown used to, and that type of thing. So, personally, I just don't think we've got the players at the back. Louis van Gaal in the summer should have really addressed that, should have gone out there, should have signed a freaking centre-back. We all know that. But what did he do? Went and spent his piggy bank on Anthony Martial, put all of his eggs in one basket, signed the teenager, who's turned out to be a really good signing, actually. Can't fault Anthony Martial, looks like a complete gem. Really happy to have him at Manchester United. But what was true then is still true now. We need a freaking centre-back. So, personally, I just want us to go out there before the transfer window shuts and sign a centre-back. Do I think that's going to happen under this current regime? Absolutely not. Do I think it needs to happen because it would strengthen our side? Yes, it does need to happen. We need to go out there and sign a centre-back. There's not that many top-quality centre-backs available. Who are you going to go out there and sign? We could open the chequebook. We could splash the cash. We could sign Laporte. We could sign Thiago Silva. You know, there's players out there you could sign, to big name players. Gerard Piqué. I don't know, maybe not him because he's a bit gash these days, but, you know, somebody. You know, he's a seasoned player, isn't he? But listen, what I'm saying is, surely we could go out there and strengthen the side right now, because that will give us the best chance of going in for the remainder of the season and actually challenging for that top position, which is what we should be doing. We should be going for the title. With all the money that Louis van Gaal spent, we should be doing better, really. I mean, half of his signings haven't really worked out. I think you can't really fault Schweinsteiger for the money that he paid for him. You can't really fault Martial, even though he spent a ridiculous amount of money on because of his age and the impact he's had already. But Memphis Depay, you know, you can, he's not really worked out so well. I still am expecting him to turn the corner and become a really good player. You know, Morgan Schneiderlin has been really good for Manchester United, but, you know, there's still more to come from him. But we are lacking that centre-back signing. He should have addressed this problem in the summer. We didn't do that. It's really annoying. Why don't we go out there and sign a centre-back? And listen, maybe I'm just being ignorant. Maybe it's the case of we just can't go out there and sign a centre-back in January. They're not available. It's true that teams just don't want to get rid of their top-quality players in January, but they will if you freaking pay them lots of money, which seems to be the trend that we're sticking to anyway under Louis van Gaal. I don't see how another £30 million would really hurt too much. Get Sergio Ramos in, you know, go and spend £40 million for fuck's sake. Anyway, rant over, but we make a shitload of money, £75 million a year from that Adidas deal. Come on, Glazers, put it back into the club. Anyway, I just wanted to make a little video because it's been a while since I made a video. I've had a really, really long and hard and horrible, well, not horrible, but a decent week at work, but it's been long and arduous. That's the word I was looking for. So, you know, I haven't been able to make a video, so I thought I'd make a quick little video. This is the first thing that I thought of. Just, I don't understand why Manchester United have waited so long to sign a centre-back. I think we need one. Look at the players we got there. Phil Jones, Smalling, McNair, Rojo. Yes, we do have centre-backs. None of them are top-quality, world-class centre-backs. We could do with somebody going in there and commanding, because I'll tell you what, not for a while, but for the last few games certainly, Manchester United looked shite defensively. We haven't looked good defensively. We were torn apart by Liverpool. If not for David De Gea, we would have had some serious issues. We were shit against Newcastle, shit against Bournemouth. There's been loads of games recently where our defence has been shit. Now, we need to address that problem. The only way to address that problem is to get better talent in there, really, because the players that we got are not doing it. He keeps playing Daley Blind at freaking centre-back. I love Daley Blind, but play him a bit more up the pitch or even at left-back. But centre-back, I just don't like him. He's not physically beast enough, is he? No. There's been a lot of players linked to Manchester United. Yes, there's wingers being linked. Yes, there's strikers being linked. There's not actually that many centre-backs being linked. Is it just me that sees the problem to be at the back? Okay, we haven't been creating that much this season, but I think that's more the system rather than the players we have, because if you look at our team, we've got a lot of creative players in there. That's not really the excuse. I think the excuse, or the reason rather, is the system that we're playing is just not very flattering in terms of getting the best out of our players and creating chances. But the least vulnerable we are at the back, the better. I say we sign a centre-back. Get commenting below with your thoughts. What do you think we should do? Do you think it's going to happen? My personal thoughts and opinions are it's not going to happen this January transfer window. I'll be pleasantly surprised if it does. Come on, Louis van Gaal. Sort your freaking life out. Ed Woodward, what you doing, pal? You know, you put up a pretty decent show in the summer, but it seems to have dwindled. We never got that centre-back that we needed, and that's what we need. Come on, what do you guys think about it? Always a pleasure to hear from you. Please do get commenting below. Chuck a like on this video and subscribe to the Mr. Flying Pig HD YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed, and share these videos with your friends, it'd be much appreciated. We've got the Southampton coming up a bit later on today, so hopefully we're going to freaking bat those Saints. Come back to the channel to see my match reaction for that game. Hopefully it's going to be a positive one, but if not, expect some freaking fireworks. Come on, United! We got some half-price crack Tyson Mazza carpet tiles, TVs, deep freezing David Bowie, LPs, gold chains, pool games, what's the names and that a push, Tony Pulis track suits from a Mush and Shepherd's Bush, push.